For those listening to this podcast, a word of warning before you continue. The following podcast may contain inappropriate language and themes, possible spoilers for the shows discussed, and above all, voicing of bad opinions. Proceed with caution and enjoy.
I might.
You might.
Yeah. Hello.
You probably don't, but...
Worst thing.
Well, you know, just a little bit short of the worst thing in the world.
Yeah. What is the worst thing in the world?
The Anime Bro podcast is the worst thing in the world, Stephen, and welcome to it.
I was just going to say.
Yes, this is the Anime Bro podcast live in Liverpool. Number one,
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. Woo! Sitting with me in the flesh, in the same room as me, I've got Ravi.
Hi.
I've got the person, the brains behind the Anime Bro podcast, the editing master, the wizard himself, Niall.
Hello.
Woo! Woo! Yeah! Niall! And the motherfucker who got me into anime, Stephen.
Hey.
Alright then, well, I did ask all of the subscribers to send questions in, and none of them did.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Love you guys.
But all the same, we asked the audio wizard himself, Niall.
You stop calling me that.
Okay, Niall, we asked you to get us some questions off the internet that we can answer random questions off the internet. Hit us up with some questions.
What was the last thing you bought?
2 bottles of cider from the shop.
Yeah, 4 cans of Foster's, but something of value. An
No,
SSD.
You
A
bought
solid
you
state
bought
drive.
You bought the
bought a
takeaway.
takeaway as well, actually.
That was last, yeah.
That was that.
I mean, if we could
it was very nice.
takeaway.
You know, it wasn't the best thing
Apart
in the
from
world,
that, I
but
bought
chicken fried rice.
A bus ticket?
Yeah.
Bus ticket?
No. That was way before. It wasn't a bus.
As you can see, we all live very, very interesting lives.
I bought detergent for the laundry.
Yep.
And
Fabric
shower
softener?
gel. I didn't buy fabric softener. You
I
were
thought
there. And shampoo. 2-in-1 because I'm cheap.
Oh, why not? Of course, you know, men like a bargain, don't we? Right then, next one.
What is your favourite accent?
My favourite accent.
Do you like
Whatever
the Irish
Dave
accent?
doesn't speak.
I don't know.
Scouse is completely out of the question.
Of course, I'll answer the question completely.
Well, Scousers hate their own accents.
I'd like to think so.
Yeah, I hope so. It's a shit accent.
You know what? I'm going to go with the Irish accent. Not Northern Ireland, but the
That's
Irish accent.
No, Northern Ireland, definitely, yeah. I'd say
No,
Northern
I don't
Ireland.
like Northern Ireland.
Southern Ireland, you can't even understand the word they say.
Well, yeah, it's a bit like Scouse in that respect, then. I guess.
Yeah, and anything like Scouse is,
You like just hearing...
Yeah. But yeah, I'm definitely going to go with the Irish accent. Not the Northern one, though.
But the Southern one.
The Southern Irish. The Republic of Ireland accent.
I like the slight, like, Hispanic lisp kind of accent, where it's like a very light, very subtle. They obviously come from somewhere that isn't natively speaking English, more likely Spanish, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
One accent in particular. Do you remember when we went to see Andy McKee at all? Where's he from again? Kansas,
yeah.
Kansas, yeah. That was a really nice accent. He had a really, light sort of tone to him.
So
Was,
that's what gets you going.
Oh, yeah.
The Southern American accent.
Really revs the engines.
Oh, totally.
All right then. Yes. Next question.
What was your favourite childhood video game?
Banjo-Tooie.
Banjo
There's
Kazooie.
quite a few, definitely. Obviously, it's probably most people's favourites, but Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, that's top for everyone.
That's a strange thing for me. That actually wasn't a childhood game for me. That was I actually played that and completed it when I was 19, I want to say.
All right.
So I didn't complete that as a kid.
I never actually completed it, to be honest.
I
was a kid, I was stupid.
Yeah, once you go past the water temple, you're like, fuck this, I'm done. I'm out of here.
Yeah,
That's it. That's all I need.
Basically, that was the boss of the game. Just
thing,
getting
the
past the
water
level.
the thing is, Ryan / Elimus? Elimus, yeah, he came down to ours like the other year when we decided to have a go at it, just as a novelty kind of thing. And yeah, so we got up to the one of the first bosses, the one that
Dongo's
like
Cavern,
the one that rolls around
Yeah,
the big
the Dongo,
square, and yeah. Anyway, like after we completed that, we were chuffed. We were so made
And
up
didn't
with
the game
everything
crash
because
as well?
Yes, Dave. Yes.
Way to spoil it.
The game crashed. First link kind of glitched out a bit. It was kind of like in a, you can't hear it on the podcast, but that's, at this kind of stance, if you can guess what I mean.
I love the way you were looking at Audacity as well. Like, Audacity, like, put this into video, into audio format for
Well, to be honest, the spikes on the actual thing kind of represent what I'm talking about.
Passion! Swords! There we go.
Yeah, that's a bit more like it, yeah. Yeah, so it kind of did that and then started hopping around a little bit and then suddenly just crashed completely.
Do you know what? I've either got to go with...
Another one, Super Smash Brothers.
I was going
Even though it was a little tiny bit of a later game.
Later, yeah.
But it's still a childhood game for me.
I was going to say Super Mario,
I was
the
a big
original
kid.
one. That's the first game I remember playing. But I'm going to say Pokemon Yellow. Yeah, that was the first Pokemon game I ever played, so I'm going to go with that.
I've got an additional question.
Yeah.
Which is not on the list, seeing as though we're on the topic. What was the first game you ever broke?
I've never
Broken
broken
what
a game.
sense?
Yeah.
As in, like, you snapped the disc? Or
I'll give you an example, like Pokemon Blue. I caught Masigno.
The Masigno,
and I
yeah.
fucked the game up
Yeah.
like completely ruined.
That would be mine as well. That would be mine as well, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
Never
I've
able to
actually
play Pokemon
broken
Blue
a
again.
game.
Literally wouldn't even turn on. Masigno fucked it right up.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
It didn't happen with Pokemon Red though, or Pokemon Yellow. Tried it again.
It doesn't work
Not...
for Pokemon Yellow.
No, that's
Yeah.
probably why.
The red candy sheet does not work in Pokemon Yellow. As
What's the
far as
red
I'm aware,
candy
anyway.
Masigno? It's,
Yeah,
that's
it's the
what
same
that's
kind.
what
It's,
it was.
fair
It
enough,
clones,
yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, the Masigno cheat, it clones the 4th or 6th item in your bag to
Oh.
infinity.
All I remember
So red
from it was
candy or
going
Master
up and
Balls
down
or-
Cinnabar Island, just
Yeah.
just trying to get them. That's all I remember from it. I don't know anything before, and there was a lot of cheats for that. But yeah, Pokemon Blue was the first game I ever broke. It was gutted.
I've snapped many a disc in my time and broken many cartridges. I think Buster Move 2 was the Buster Move 2. Like Buster Move 2 was one hell of a fucking game, but yeah, I think I did break the disc for that one when I finally got my own PlayStation 1. It was a chip PS1 as well, so
Of course, yeah.
yeah, of course.
But
Like,
yeah,
every
most-
fucking
a lot of
scouser
people
probably
have.
had one of them at one point. Yeah. Right then, next question.
Deep breath.
What anime are you embarrassed about watching?
Infinite Stratus.
Yeah, I think
I answered
agree
for
with that
Dave right there.
one.
Sword Art Online. God.
Yeah. Oh god. Do you know what?
It wasn't too bad, sort of.
No,
it
but
wasn't
I'm
too
kind
bad.
of- I'm
It was a
kind of-
great idea,
good
but
at
it wasn't
first,
very well
and
executed.
then-
That song.
And then I stopped
Like-
watching after the incest kind of started.
Oh
Oh yeah, that was
Oh
a bit,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
Of course, that's a bit odd, but it's Japan.
Do you
You
know
know what to
what-
expect.
I expect not shit.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, but I'm not quite so sure about that one because like I'm not really embarrassed about watching anything because like I don't know what I'm getting into when I first start watching it. But the one show I'm kind of embarrassed that I started and probably shouldn't have carried on watching was Hanagai, I think it's called.
Haganai?
Yeah, Haganai. Yeah. Like How to Make a Friend or something like that. Yeah, that got really fucking awkward and weird about halfway through. But I carried on watching it because, like,
Yeah.
surely at some point there will be romance and the thing I really want to happen will happen, but no, it didn't.
See, I don't really find that show that weird. I think it's like a decently done show. And the ending's like satisfying enough.
No, that ending wasn't really satisfying because, like, you know, spoilers aside, I always forget the blonde-haired girl's name. Meat.
I don't fucking remember.
Whatever her fucking name is,
Meat.
anyway. That was her nickname in it.
Did
Yeah,
like
but
it?
Yeah, because she had giant tits.
Yeah, and
Oh,
the other girl had really small boobs, and your nickname's Meat, because you have big boobs. Anime,
Yeah,
ladies and
but-
gentlemen.
Wouldn't a nickname be Fat instead then?
No, I don't know, meaty tits, I guess.
Meaty
I've
tits?
got no
Is that what
idea
you
where
like?
that's came from.
Like she's a piece of meat or something.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Sure.
For the lads to go,
Yeah.
they're like dangling a piece of meat in front of the guys, easy to get to.
Yeah.
I guess. That was my
Whatever it works out to.
Whatever
that was her
works out in
name.
that one. But
think
there
one of the
were
most
a lot of fucking awkward jokes in that show, and I thought a lot of them I went really fucking comfortable
The
with.
really
like,
weird part about that show for me was like, especially the lolly nun. That
yeah.
was really weird.
Well, actually, I don't think that was the weirdest part for me. It was the I always forget her name, but when this person first showed up, everybody thought that it was a girl pretending to be a guy, and then about halfway through the show, it turned out that she actually was a girl. Like that was massive spoilers again, by the way. But yeah,
I don't even fucking remember this character. What?
it was the brown ginger hair girl. She was Anaki's servant. It was the guy who it was the person who we always thought was the guy dressed in the maid costume. But we all thought it was a guy at first just dressing in a maid costume, and then it turned out that it was actually a girl.
No, not ringing any bells.
No, it was definitely a part of the show. Like,
Are you not just like shoehorning your
Is this
fetishes
not
in there?
just a
or-
dream that you've had or something like that?
No. This fucking happened that much.
I've never
convinced of.
watched the show. I've no idea. But I think probably one of the most embarrassing animes that I've watched. I mean, for me personally, a lot of people are going to disagree, but Clannad was not a good show.
Here.
It was so boring.
Oh my god, yes, Stephen.
God, dude.
Yes, Stephen.
I don't even know what to say.
You are
It was
speaking my language.
There wasn't anything that really
Nothing happened!
so
Nothing
I
happened!
don't really know what to say about it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, nothing happened. That pretty much sums it up.
So,
Sorry, Ravi.
yeah, it was
I don't know. From like
It was probably an
episode, like,
embarrassing
2
show
or
to
3, I
make.
was like super into the show. I was like, oh, this show is great. I was laughing my ass off. I don't understand.
I watched it for 16 episodes. Like, you got through the entire
I got through.
24.
Oh, fuck knows how I did that. I was just hoping for
Did you
an
get through
amazing
After Story
ending.
too?
No, I didn't watch. I've heard the after story is a lot better though.
Yeah,
It's a lot
every-
different
like,
for sure.
Yeah,
Every Clannad fan always says that, and I've got to blame Nate on this one because he's like, no, forget about the 24 episodes you just watched. After Story is where you want to be. And I'm like, dude, I've just watched 16 episodes of nothing happening. In what way are you supposed to convince me that I've got to go on and watch After Story?
because it's different.
Because something actually happens, and at this point I'm like, man, what the fuck ever, I don't really care.
Yeah, I don't know. It just wasn't my.
Are you okay with me giving
anime,
spoilers
really.
out?
Yeah, absolutely. I
Yeah,
heard about
so-
Nagisa and about the kid. She died in
Yeah.
childbirth. And,
She dies in childbirth,
Sad story,
Uh,
sure.
and then like it's basically all about what's his name, Okazaki or something.
Oh,
I can't remember.
no,
One of
that's kind of like blanked out in my mind.
Yeah. He just raises the kid on his own, and it's like his whole struggle with like being a single parent and like having to find a job and whatever, all that nonsense. And then at the end, he just kind of like she gets sick and he has to take care of her, but then she dies.
Yeah, that much of it.
Yeah, and then like he just goes through like a crisis, and at the end, it kind of just like
And
not even like it might not be real in the show, but like it kind of resets.
Yeah, and one thing that Nate always did say to me as well, like it's kind of like the whole struggle in that series was that he can't connect with his own kid because he's still trying to.
He's still trying to get
Stop
over.
making
the
noises with the fucking laptop, Niall. Like he can't connect to his own child because he's still like living through the trauma of his wife dying, and I guess that would be it. But I mean, if we could kind of change the question as like, what's one show that you've watched that normally you would hate, like an Infinite Stratos, for example, like a show that you would normally hate but you actually secretly enjoyed? I guess would be a more appropriate question. But like,
Wait, hang on. Going back to the other question again, I just want to rant about Afro Samurai one more time.
Oh, of course, go ahead.
Jesus Christ, who the fuck thought that was a good show? It has absolutely nothing in it, and like Samuel L. Jackson does not make a show. He's not fucking.
I guess that
The
was
name like Afro Samurai. as well.
Like, I guess like the guy who like I don't know who licensed that show. Was it like Funimation?
Yeah, I think it was Funimation.
Yeah, I can imagine like Funimation though. Like, okay, this show didn't really hit well in Japan. It might have. I'm not.
I really
sure.
fucking hope not.
But I mean, if they thought like, okay, it might not have hit in Japan, for example, but who's the baddest, coolest black motherfucker on the planet? Samuel L. Jackson. Let's get him to be the fucking voice actor of this main character. You're laughing awkwardly, Stephen.
He's also
that
the voice of the
really good.
imaginary alter ego of the main character.
Right. Okay.
You know.
Like,
it sounds cool.
Imagine
I'd have to watch the thing to
imagine Samuel
It's
L.
6
Jackson.
episodes, so if you want
it's 6 episodes.
Yeah.
How can the story really develop from that?
It doesn't.
It really can't.
No character development or
No,
anything.
nothing.
It's just this is this. The end.
Like one guy's on a path of.
Hope you enjoyed yourself, guys.
Yeah. By the way, Samuel L. Jackson, ladies and gentlemen, quick recall.
Yes.
But yeah, I like a show I was like really embarrassed about. Like when I watched it, and I thought, you know what, I enjoyed that. Like I can think back to my Dave's 5 out of 10 Harem Club, and I can think of like Campione and Infinite Stratos and Aria the Scarlet Ammo. There's definitely more in there, but I can't think of them off the top of my head right now. But shall we move on to another question?
No, I mean we didn't actually answer like that question.
Oh
yeah. I mean, I guess I could say Free is one of those shows where,
right.
you should kind of be embarrassed about liking this kind of thing, but fuck you, Free is fucking awesome. And if you don't like it, then I don't know, you're just missing out. So, fuck you.
Off the top of my head, I can't really think of it like anything.
Probably, even though I really did enjoy it, I'd probably say Angel Beats. I didn't expect to like that, the typical, we're all in a school, we're all students and everything. It sounds like every anime on the planet, really, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's, but it actually had it was very emotional, to be honest, and I don't usually get, very emotional about the emotional parts in it.
Do you know what?
Sorry, but
you've just mentioned that now. And I've just thought to myself, like, what's one show to answer the question? I'd probably say the Pet Girl of Sakura Show, because I remember I've not mentioned it to you.
No idea.
You might have heard about it. It's like me and Nate have both watched it, and I would say it's a pretty good comedy. I guess would be the best way to describe that show, but it's a little bit slice of life. It's a little bit like high school / college, day-to-day stuff. And I only say that because it's the only show I've ever cried while I've been watching it. Like,
no.
I expect to cry to the likes of like Angel Beats, and there's other stuff that I've watched before where like, stop that. Stop you typing. Stop doing that. But anyway, that was the show. Like, I really didn't expect to fucking like cry watching it. I wasn't expecting any fucking emotional moments or anything like that. And what have you done? Why is everyone laughing? What have you done? He's typing a message out.
And it's gone.
It's gone.
But yeah, I'd probably say like the Pet Girl of Sakura. So that's one show that I felt pretty embarrassed about crying about, because like I say, it was like 6 o'clock in the fucking morning. I was drunk and I cried when a specific moment happened in episode 22 or 3. So that would answer that question for me. No, you're looking pretty fucking smug. What are you typing out on that laptop?
Questions?
Okay.
The next question.
I like that last question. You
What was that last question?
Let's get closer to the last question then. Let's move on.
What's your favourite car?
I already covered this with them earlier. It's the Maybach XLR. There's only one of them in the world. It's $8 million.
Whoa, there's only one of them?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Didn't know that. Fair enough.
Porsche Carrera GT. That is like I don't really care about the performance of cars, obviously, because I've not got a driver's license. And
when you're looking at those supercars, it is really about the looks,
just the looks
isn't
of
it?
it.
Yeah, it is about the looks.
And the Porsche Carrera GT is probably the best looking car on the planet.
I mean, if you want to get from place to place, you're not going to drive one of those cars.
Absolutely not.
The Audi R8, to be honest. I don't really know cars very well, but, that is a fucking beautiful looking car.
Absolutely. Next question.
Would you rather have a dragon or be a dragon?
Oh, wow. I don't like the idea of people coming to slay me every day.
Yeah, I don't really like visitors either.
Yeah. I'm
not a very sociable kind of guy, you know. It's just like me in space. You know, I'm a fucking dragon.
Yeah, but that's kind of like, that's like perfect for dragons, though. Like, you know, Smaug was just like, you know, buried in his treasure alone.
Look at what happened.
Nobody bothered him. Don't spoil the third one for me.
Oh, no.
I've not seen The Hobbit either.
No, it wasn't The Hobbit. I was going to say, like, you know, look what happened to King Kong? Is it?
It's like, what? Whoa.
Like, you know, like he ends up getting trapped and everything like that.
That's not a fucking dragon.
I know, but I'm making an equivalent to,
oh, right,
you know, a unique kind of being and everything, you know. He gets trapped, everyone's fucking obsessed over him and everything. I don't like the attention.
Are we a dragon in the world of dragons, or like...
Like modern day Liverpool? Like, am I on top of St. George's Hall terrorising people and fucking... You know, people are going to the fucking... to the theatre for the night, and I'm on top of St. George's Hall and I'm breathing fire and I'm like, fuck you knobheads, you can't enjoy Blood Brothers tonight. I'm a dragon, bitch.
That would have been a great show to go and see. Like, in our English class, we were meant to go and see that. We actually read the play.
Yeah, we did as well.
Yeah.
There wasn't any dragons in it. To bring it back to dragons,
you brought it up.
No, I'm just like people going into the theatre like opposite St. George's Hall. Like, we're going to go and see Blood Brothers, and then like,
fucking hell, it's a dragon! Wow.
Yeah, a dragon, and like got to breathe fire, and I kill them all. If you could have a dragon, would the dragon listen to you and obey your every command?
Yes.
Yeah, I would have. I would have a dragon in that case.
It's not going to be like Charizard when you trade it from your mate and everything. It just doesn't listen to a shit on the way to say.
Yeah, I really hope this dragon doesn't evolve.
I'm fine with the Charmeleon. Like, the wings don't need them.
Charmeleon was a pretty cool one.
Yeah, I like Charmeleon. Charmeleon was pretty cool, dude. Yeah. But yeah, I would have a dragon.
Dick, but you know.
Yeah, a bit of a dick, but
yeah.
But yeah, I would have
just going through puberty. That's all.
Yeah, once you reach level 16, you know, hormones are out of control.
I don't have to listen to you anymore.
Those teens.
All right then. Would you rather have or be a dragon?
I'd rather have a dragon.
Same.
Yeah. All right.
That
Next
kind
question.
of power aspect. It'll be gonna fuck with me, burn you alive, bitch.
Alright then.
What should go on a roast / Thanksgiving dinner?
Oh, right, okay. This is one we were discussing earlier on. Because you brought up sweet corn.
I was going to say, it depends what the next question is, but not sweet corn, that's the answer.
I thought you brought that up because you wanted sweet corn.
No, fuck no. Who has sweet corn on the roast dinner?
Brian does.
Oh, yeah, that's Brian.
Like Brian, like a couple of months ago as well, like for people who might not know, like we've got in Liverpool something called a pan of scouse, which is just like a really, really thick soup. And Brian's the kind of guy who will put dumplings in his soup.
No, dumplings in...
Yeah, in scouse. Yeah. That's not right.
Oh, it's a stew, not a soup, really.
Yeah, but you still don't put dumplings in it. That's not scouse.
Well, scouse isn't scouse.
I don't think the idea of
it's
the
Nordic.
To be scouse
it's a Nordic stew.
Tastes nice, probably.
No, but you know, I put a purple bit in mine to make it more scouse. A purple bit, yeah, to make it more scouse. You know.
Well, it's probably very filling.
To go back to the roast, to be very, very simple for me, I'd have one kind of meat, like chicken, turkey, lamb.
Yeah, definitely.
Lamb's
probably.
I think lamb's overrated, but.
Oh no, texture's lovely. I think.
Crap.
Yeah.
Gammon.
Well, fuck you then, Dave.
Like gammon as well. I'm fine with gammon.
Yeah,
carrot and turnip. Probably have carrot and turnip on mine.
Carrots, no turnips, no.
Roast
not
spuds.
Really into them. Spuds in general. I've heard enough nicknames from senior school of people being called Spud and everything. I've had enough with Spud.
Yeah. Right, roast potatoes. You can have roast potatoes and mash. I've seen that been done before. Wouldn't say no to it.
Yeah.
Yorkshire puddings.
Oh yeah,
that's a staple.
To be honest, that just goes in practically every meal I have. To be honest,
yeah,
it's just kind of a filling, really. It's just
Yorkshire puddings on
really
pizza. Nice. Quite frankly, I'm still waiting for it.
I'd be willing to try them. Definitely.
Absolutely, yeah. So, Ravi, to go to you for your Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh, well, I mean, as a vegetarian, I don't really have this, but this is what you should have at a Thanksgiving dinner.
So I guess
turkey stuffed, mashed potatoes with gravy, cranberry sauce. What is that? What else?
You have a bit of spinach in there or something like that. Spinach is nice.
Sure, whatever.
Fuck off.
It fucking is. It really is. You know. If you put a bit of gravy on it, you can't really taste it as much. It's,
so what's the fucking point in having it if you can't taste it?
Oh, it's a fucking superfood and shit, isn't it?
If you say
yeah,
so.
I think it tastes nice anyway. I think it's really nice.
Sweet potatoes? I mean,
turkey's a bit too dry, though, I think.
I'd have that on my roast, but I've heard Americans saying it's in the Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah, corn, you know.
Yeah. No.
No sweet corn, no corn on the cob. No.
Wow.
Nah, balls to that.
Nah, wow. Fuck you. You're not American.
I've had pumpkin pie for desserts.
Yeah.
I've never actually tried it, to be honest.
Otherwise.
No. Never actually tried pumpkin pie, but hot chocolate fudge cake. That's
just
that's a classic.
Apple pie is also,
apple pie, yeah,
American classic.
Don't mind that. I'll eat it if it's there. I won't go looking for it, but it's there. Should we go on to the next one?
Yeah.
Yep.
What will you consider to be your 5 desert island discs?
Oh, that's a tough one.
This is going to be a rough
question.
Take a pass on that one. I would have to say definitely would be Crack the Sky by Mastodon. I'd have to take that with me. Shogun by Trivium. That's a definite for me. Trivium being my favourite band.
Could have brought Ascendancy though instead.
Yeah, but Shogun's better.
It's got a lot more technique in, I suppose, but I don't know.
And it sounds better.
Ascendancy's got more feel to it and everything. Well, why would it be called an opinion then, Dave?
Ooh, tough one. I would probably take After by Ishan. That would probably be number 3 on my list. It's a pretty fucking good album. I would take my voice fucking cracked again. Best Scandal by the band Scandal. And Wish You Were Here, Pink Floyd.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't thinking about branching into those sorts of bands, to be honest. You've opened it up a little bit, yeah?
I need a nice variety to go with me.
Definitely.
Actually,
okay,
no.
if you're on...
I wouldn't take Wish You Were Here, I would take Pop Sense by Kashida Kyoden.
Never heard of it, no.
You definitely have. When I've been...
Oh, you probably should. Yeah, you probably showed me. Yeah, true.
You've got to listen to this. It's the best thing ever.
Alright, so I'll probably say Stadium Arcadium.
Ooh, that's
because Red Hot Chili Peppers are very good. Even though, half the songs I'm not incredibly keen on, they are good songs regardless.
Yeah.
But, the other half of the album, brilliant. Almost flawless. And in
a sense, that's kind of cheating because you get to take 2 discs in one.
Exactly.
So that's very well thought
out. Efficient and everything, yeah, sure. Right, what else? I've got to go with me favourite bands of all time at the moment, anyway. At least Persephone, Spiritual Migration.
My favourite band of all time at the moment.
It may change in the future. That's what I'm trying to say.
Another one I've just thought of as well. Rain and Blood by Slayer.
I probably wouldn't take that, to be honest.
I'd
probably take Christ's Illusion over Rain and Blood, really.
What?
I don't know.
Whoa, Christ's Illusion?
Well, I mean...
It was a good album.
It's a very fucking good... It's second...
So wait, hang on, you take that over Rain and Blood and Seasons in the Abyss?
I wasn't... I did like Season in the Abyss, but I wasn't incredibly keen on it. Rain and Blood, yeah.
What?
Great album and everything.
What?
I think I've heard it too many times, though. I think that's why. But... Christ's Illusion, brilliant album. I think, that would probably be one of them I'd take. Like I said, Persephone, Spiritual Migration, everyone fucking get on YouTube, download them.
In the great words of Scott, people, get on it, lad.
Get on it, yeah.
What are you thinking? I actually kind of want to go to Niall on this one. I'm kind of curious as to what you would take with you.
My five.
I mean, it's hard to narrow it down to 5, but
Yeah, I mean, if it was going to take it down to 5, I think my first choice would be Prometheus by Emperor.
ooh, good album. I like that.
Then I would go Drux by Aphex Twin. Then
They're ambient, aren't they? Aphex Twin.
he does all kinds
Yeah.
of stuff really.
Yeah.
He's got like a pretty long career. So
Listening to them a little.
Zariah by Floex. He's like he's a Czech producer. He's like a pretty cool mixture of like acoustic instrumentation and kind of jazzy sort of stuff, but
That sounds like
pretty
something
cool.
I quite like. So
Yeah.
tell me about that tomorrow.
I will do.
When you get home.
What would I do for my 4th? Maybe Steve Reich's a Music for 18 Musicians.
Is that the one I've?
Yeah, that's the one I recommended.
That's
yeah.
pretty fucking fantastic. Yeah, it's a good show.
And then the last one. I think I'm probably going to say...
The Crusade by Trivium.
Of course. I don't know. I think maybe Ishan after.
Yeah.
Same as
A
one of yours.
solid choice.
Yeah.
Solid choice.
I do have a last one.
Cool.
Brain drill, because I'm on a fucking island. Because I'm on a fucking island and I need some chaos to get me out.
I need to circle headbang while I'm searching for coconuts and the conch shells.
And just to be pissed off, I'm on a fucking island. What else is there to
fuck
do?
this island.
And that bass solo as well, of course, fucking legendary. Do you remember that?
Legendary shite.
Do you remember? Yeah, same thing. Yeah.
All right, then let's bring Ravi back into this conversation. Another question, please, Niall. Oh.
How do you like your cereal? Soft or crispy?
Soft.
Crispy.
No,
It's gotta be crispy. No,
Why? That's
Why,
like,
why would you have it soft?
so you can
like,
actually
go on.
eat it.
I can
What
eat
you mean?
it fine.
You can eat it crispy? I
My,
mean,
my teeth aren't going to break like eating
But it's like annoying.
it's like eating.
No.
I don't know.
I mean, it's still got to be covered in milk.
It's like
it still has to have a
eating
little.
soup. You don't really eat it. You drink it. It's not like
Yeah, that's fucking great.
you have liquids for your breakfast. That's not good. Yeah.
What? It all goes in the same place anyway. It gets digested as a liquid.
I absolutely have to go crispy on this one.
It's got to be crispy. Definitely.
I don't know if
You
it's
got to feel like you're eating something when you wake up.
Oh man.
But it's not necessarily that for me. It's more to the fact that like if it's soft, it feels way too mushy.
Yeah.
And
It's like eating prison food or something.
Well, I don't know what prison food is like. Do you?
It's really bad, man.
I've tasted some shit.
Literally.
But yeah, I've got to have it crispy.
Yeah.
If it goes soggy, I do not like the texture.
Alright, moving on from this question. When you have milk left over after you eat the cereal, how do you finish it off?
Drink it. You have to drink it.
I'd rather not because you get a lot of it. Nah, I'd rather not.
Yeah.
That's a
I
waste.
have just like really weird thing
Well,
where I just
I
like,
don't know. I've got a
spoon
very
it
good
up.
sense of.
I don't like
you know-
actually just like drink it from the bowl
I do
or
that as
anything.
well.
If-
From
I
time to
just
time.
spoon it.
I alternate between drinking it with a spoon and then just like drinking it back.
If you've got a very good sense of proportion, that will never happen.
No, if you have a very good sense of proportion, you leave some milk at the end.
Yeah.
So you have the cereal taste.
a little bit of a drink at the end.
Yeah.
You just get a
It's
glass
like-
of milk if you want some more milk.
No. It doesn't have the cereal
That's
taste.
no problem with that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it does not have the right taste.
And it's
Well,
like,
the right
you know,
taste. Milk tastes great as it is, but the cereal taste is like an added bonus.
No, but it's like a.
and like cold
a
milk
horrible
right out
game.
of the
Bowl.
fridge or whatever.
Yeah.
Out of the bowl. What?
Sorry, I didn't know where you're going with that one.
No, it's depending on what
doesn't-
cereal it is,
it
and it's a
doesn't
bit like too
taste the same.
sugary, like sugary milk. It's
Yeah, that's fucking
I don't
great.
know. It's,
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm with Ravi on that one.
Have you ever
completely.
not-
like when it's
Nesquik
crispy,
or
it's fine,
anything?
but no, when it's soft, I don't know. I just can't handle it.
Well, I do
It's just-
eat every little bit of the cereal, you know, me being a fat bastard and what have you. Like, I make sure that there's nothing floating in that milk, and if it's just a tiny little thing, I don't really care. it adds to the sugary goodness that you get when you drink the bowl.
Yeah, but on its own, it's not as nice. It's got to have something in it. Otherwise, I just drink a glass of milk, which is also nice. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's alright. Yeah.
We don't have the shit taste people who are
Touch that.
against milk here. So
Fuck you, Cassie.
fuck you.
Yeah.
I believe the follow-up question to this will be, what's your favourite cereal?
Why not?
I've been thinking about this for a long time, and I still can't pick between Nesquik or Cookie Crisp.
Ooh, Nesquik.
Cookie Crisp.
I don't know.
Pretty
Cookie Crisp is
good.
alright.
Yeah.
Yeah. As well. I
It's
don't know.
more-
That's
it's more
more of
nice.
like a eat out of the box kind of cereal. Though.
You could do that.
Yeah.
But it's way
Are
better.
you one of
than
those
Cookie.
people you eat cereal out of the
Sometimes.
box?
Okay,
Jesus.
yeah, I'm a bum. Fuck off.
I mean, like, you can't do that with like Rice Krispies or Cocoa Puffs because they,
But, like, I don't know, like golden nuggets or something. They're
yeah, I mean,
nice.
if they're big enough, then,
And
yeah, I guess.
Oh, it's alright.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, I've been known to do it, but like I would much rather have the cereal with the milk, obviously. But yeah, Cookie Crisp, you can, you know, if you've got milk.
I much
chocolate
prefer
bars.
dry than than cereal for some reason.
Yeah.
It's just one of those cereals. The same with golden nuggets as well. I'd rather
you
just
do.
have them on
You
their
do
own,
it
like,
in
instead
a-
of a.
You
That's
wanna do
like
it
part of the
instead of
reason
cereal.
I like leave them soaking in the milk for a while because like I don't like them like super crispy.
I don't get why you can't like that.
No, I didn't say I don't like it. I just prefer it. You know, just dry. You know,
But if I,
it's one of those. It's one of those cereals that needs to be crispy.
But
You'll
also-
disagree, obviously. But that's besides the point.
but to answer the question, if you put a gun to my head, I would probably say Nesquik.
Be inclined to agree with you, to be honest. Actually, yeah, Nesquik is really, really.
Yeah, let's
nice.
just go with Cookie Crisp.
But I've been
Yeah.
eating a lot of crunchy nut recently, considering they've been half price in Sainsbury's. Get on it, get on it, guys, get on
Oh,
it.
fucking hell, look at this posh bastard showing at Sainsbury's.
Oh, I wish.
Are we sponsored by them or something?
At least it's not
I would
Waitrose
like
or
to take a
something
moment
like
right now,
that.
and I just want to give a
Sainsbury's
message to our
isn't that posh.
sponsors over at horriblesubs.com. If you want to go over there, get yourself
Horriblesubs.info.
I didn't know they changed the fucking URL.
They didn't change it. It's been like that forever.
Really?
No, it's been like that for a while. And
Oh right, I was gonna reach over and grab my mouse, but I realised it's like not in the place it's usually at. All right
Wait.
then.
Does horriblesubs.com redirect to it or?
Probably. I've got mine bookmarked, so
Okay, yeah.
just Google horrible subs if you want free anime. But we didn't actually say that. Buy it if ever you can.
Crunchyroll.
Yeah, get a Crunchyroll account.
But we didn't actually say that.
No, we didn't. You just imagined us saying that.
Exactly.
Why the fuck would we endorse illegal things?
Yeah, of course. You know.
Yeah.
And at this point, I'd like to say, lads, can we get the cocaine out? We'll have a nice roll, rack up a nice line.
Call up a couple of prostitutes, you know.
Of course, yeah. You know, we are in Liverpool after all. Right then, Niall. Next question, please.
Would you rather have a photographic memory or be able to forget everything you wanted?
Photographic memory by a mile.
Yeah.
Easily.
Why would I want to forget things? I mean, like, selective memory.
For the nostalgia
great,
when
but,
you
like,
go back to things, like, you know, when I used to play World of Warcraft, and when I first played it, I thought, wow, this shit. You know, going from a game called RuneScape, those sort of graphics, all the way up to World of Warcraft. I was like, wow, this is like next level shit or something like that. And yeah, I was just amazed by it, and I guess I wish I could
So you
go
wanna,
back
like,
and just have that kind of
experience that again?
nostalgia
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of feeling without.
Instantly,
you know.
I would choose like forgetting memories. I could choose because I've got a lot of fucking embarrassing memories. I just wish I could go like, well, there you go. I'll never have to think about them again. But on top of that, from what you've just said, then I would very much like to forget I ever listened to Shogun or After
And
or
then
Crack the
listen
Sky,
to- yeah,
and
yeah.
then listen to them again, like the brand new.
In that
so
sense, yeah.
absolutely, I'd pick that. If I could listen to Shogun brand new again every night, that'd be fantastic. Well, not just Shogun, but like, you know, all
But
sorts
in
of
a
albums.
way, wouldn't that be like kind of living in the past in a sense? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, would it be because you forget it? Like,
Well, kind of, yeah.
I don't know. Like, you know,
But,
you
like,
never like
It would be in a sense.
go and, you know, like
But at
you just
the
be
same
like
But at the same time,
going over the same stuff that you enjoyed when you were a kid all
Yeah,
the
of
time.
course,
Like,
and
you know, I mean, that's
I mean,
not
that's
bad,
great as well.
like,
But I'm not going to stop looking for new stuff as well.
Oh yeah, of course.
So I'm still going to be like music.
You just imagine it would make
Brand
you
new
less
every day.
inclined to, really, whereas like with a photographic memory, you'd probably be more inclined to learn new stuff because you can learn it easier. You know, you can.
I mean, maybe it's just me, but like even like now, I've still got like 4 or 5 albums that I've got in my media player right now that I really enjoy listening to all the time. But I'm still looking for new music all the time, even though like these new albums and songs are still fresh to me, and I can listen to them when I kind of head a little bit. But yeah, I can go back to that library and I can listen to like songs that give me like like goosebumps, I guess. Would be the right way to put it. But
Well, the thing is, like, do you have any albums now that do still give you goosebumps after listening to them for? Yeah, exactly. You know, I mean,
like ones I've listened to in the past, and then I can come back to them. Like, yeah, I mean, again, like recently, I've gotten back into Slayer, so that it's not like listening
I don't know,
to a brand new
for some
again,
reason,
but
Slayer isn't really kind of a goosebumps kind of style of music.
I
don't
would
think,
disagree.
really.
Certain songs that they've done,
It's
like,
obviously it depends on the person, like, but
like
I'm
Dead
like,
Scream
you know,
March,
for
Seasons
stuff
of the
that
Abyss.
kind of like gives you goosebumps, like me personally, I think it's more like melodic stuff where it's got
yeah,
an
absolutely.
incredibly, I don't know,
Slayer's got
like
songs
nice,
like that as
tranquil
well.
kind of. Oh yeah, yeah.
Like Dead Scream
But, like,
March, Seasons in the Abyss.
but it's not like
Jihad.
it's not like amazingly melodic. It hasn't got like loads of feel. It's like loads of anger,
For
really.
me,
Like
the
with a lot
albums
of Slayer songs,
not
obviously.
not to go on this point for too long, but like albums I go back and listen to again would be like Goo Dolls,
yeah,
like Dish Up the Girl, Gutter Flower, albums like that. You know, proper like really nice feel good stuff. But anyway, I don't want to go on that like for too long. But I would definitely select like Delete Memories rather than have a photographic memory. Right then, Niall, another one, please.
I'm running out of questions.
Well, we're at 40 minutes now, I guess, so you like 1 or 2 more, probably be good.
I like the one about the pizza toppings.
Yeah, go. What are your favourite pizza toppings?
Mushrooms.
chicken pepperoni,
Whoa! That's not meat.
mushroom.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, like, do we have to limit it to an extent?
Oh, meat feast.
If you could pick only one.
No, to be honest, like
One topping, okay.
one topping chicken, I guess. To be honest, like I'd ideally go for chicken pepperoni because that's a fucking awesome mix. But
Spicy
chicken
beef.
probably takes over.
I go for
Spicy beef. Nice. Actually, yeah, that'd be quite nice. No, I'm sticking with
stick
chicken.
with mushrooms.
With a barbecue sauce.
Not
Barbecue
portobello
Ah,
mushrooms.
Oh yeah.
That's way too rich.
Well,
for
I mean, if
pizza.
you're going for chicken, barbecue based, like
No.
fits perfectly.
You've got to have a tomato base.
Oh, why?
Because well,
Who made that, Lord?
I made that
barbecue base all the way. It's so nice.
It's the sauce that I've tasted on every barbecue-based pizza is a little bit too rich for me. Like rich coming from the fat cunts who eat anything with sugar in it.
Man, what the fuck? I'm from New York City. I don't know what kind of inhuman things you use on your pizza.
You can have a tomato base, a garlic base, or a barbecue base.
Garlic base as
Oh.
well.
Yeah, you can
I've
have
actually
garlic
heard
base.
of that. That'd be quite nice though.
Okay, never come to my city. Moving on.
Spicy beef. Beef for me. What about you? What would you pick now?
Probably something like spicy, maybe.
Spicy beef?
Spicy chicken more than beef, I think.
Aha.
Maybe chicken, but
That's
Don't know what point I was trying to make there, but
yeah, but then I like pepper on my pizza, and you despise the idea of that, so we're gonna have to disagree there.
It's not
Too
that
spicy.
spicy.
It's okay sometimes.
the texture doesn't really fit. Really, I don't think.
I disagree, but
Right, another question, please.
what are the best materials to make the world's strongest toilet plunger?
Diamond, Dragon Force.
Dragon Force. That was the hardest material known to man. So
So there
Dragon
we go.
Force. Yeah, Dragon Force. Dragon Force is the answer.
Okay, sure.
Yes.
Which means the only remaining question is, who is your favourite Spice Girl?
Baby Spice.
Spice.
Scary Spice.
And
Oh,
Should I just make up the difference and say who's left? Sporty Spice, there we go.
I don't know, like 43 minutes. Can you get us like 2 more questions on Google or something like that, or
The things I do.
for love?
No, not for love.
Just the things he does.
Something else.
Try and get an anime related question, I guess. Like what more anime related questions? Anyone
We're
got one?
creative, guys. We can think
We
of a
can
question.
think of one.
How am I supposed to search for?
We can think of a question, can't we? Can't you
Like
think
an anime related question, I guess.
Yeah.
What is
Here we go.
one anime genre that you wish you had seen more of?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I don't really know anime genres very
Well, like-
by name. I don't really know them very well.
Mech, slice of life.
Not slice of life anyway.
romantic comedy, action, sci-fi.
Oh,
Do you know
as
one
sci-fi?
fantasy,
Yeah, sci-fi is definitely up
supernatural
there.
horror.
Like, but that goes with like films,
one I would
like
say
anything
that
really. But
I don't think I've seen enough of is like thriller drama.
Mm.
Like that isn't like totally action orientated. I guess I wish I like more
Actually,
like Death
In that
Note,
case,
so to speak.
yeah, let's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like give each other recommendations too. Like,
Yeah,
go
I
ahead
mean-
and watch Gankutsuo.
Ganku. I've
Count
heard
of
of
Monte
it, but
Cristo.
yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful too. So
yeah, I mean, I recommended you Code Geass, which was a similar kind of style as Death Note in some ways, not all like not many ways. It was one of those like Battle of the Minds kind of animes.
Yeah,
anyway,
you
that's
probably
where
like
I'm
it.
coming from.
you probably like Code Geass.
He's got
it.
Yeah, wow.
finally got him to watch it after how many times?
Yeah, I guess you did like it. I was right.
Yeah, very good anime.
I
Anyway,
absolutely love Code Geass.
top anime in my opinion. I haven't branched out to many animes, but like Code
Y'all
Geass,
motherfuckers need
Code
to
Geass
in your
is
life.
definitely
I think you know
the top.
that I've only watched the second season of Code
Yeah,
Geass
you
ever.
haven't seen
Whoa,
the first
hold
season.
on! You
Yeah.
only watched what?
I
I
don't
know
really-
it's kind of like starting again in a way.
Yeah.
but, like,
No, it's
whoa.
not. It's not.
In
There's
a way,
lot
in a
you've
way.
got to know.
yeah, exactly. Like
I don't
what
know.
the
I
fuck?
somehow made it, and I still fucking love the ending.
Yeah, the
that's
end.
better.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course, the ending's
Good.
fucking incredible. Like, it's
I
one of the best.
only fully appreciated it like the second time I watched it as well.
Yeah,
All right then. So
it took me fucking ages to get you to watch that. You're like, oh, the first few episodes of shit.
I'm still kind
And I was
of
like,
that's
swear
what
to God,
sense
Dave,
as
just
well.
fucking watch it. And eventually you did. And you're like,
And I did. And
oh,
it made-
see, this is amazing. I'm like, fucking yeah, it is. I told you.
I've been saying as well. Fate Zero as well. Please respond.
I'll get back to you on that.
So, what's one genre, as Ravi said, Danny, you haven't seen enough of, and we could possibly recommend you something?
I mean, like, to be honest, I'm going to kind of go with what I know, really, because I do like that style of genre, the Death Note Code Geass kind of style.
Like a thriller kind of thing? Like
Yeah, that's it. The, I don't know, like, intellectually based kind of, like, styles where, it's always like, or like set a Battle of the Minds kind of
do you
thing,
know what
really.
I think you'd like? Psychopaths?
Yeah,
Psychopaths.
I was just gonna say that.
Psychopaths sounds like something you'd love.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
I
give that
recently
a
watched
watch
the
then,
second
yeah.
season of Psychopaths.
Is it?
It's not a second season.
How long?
Season 2. It's only 11 episodes as well.
Oh, wow.
I watched it and I thought, well, what was the point in that? I mean, do you know what? I enjoyed it.
Really selling it to me.
No, the first season is phenomenal. I absolutely love the first season of Psychopaths.
Yeah, and it's like
but-
very definite in its ending.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. But
Like,
I mean,
it's- like
what
there's
the-
full closure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
What
That's
the second season
oh.
really plays on is the civil service as well, and it's kind of like the question is asked how can we evolve the civil system, and like nobody in society would ever dare really ask that in case their psychopaths got clouded.
Right.
And again, like me just saying this is not a spoiler in any way for season 1. But yeah, but when it finally got to the end of it, it was kind of like, okay, maybe like certain things have changed, but at the same time, it's like I was going to say something. I was completely spoiled season 1 then. Fucking Kogami. But
yeah, just watch it.
yeah.
Yeah. Definitely give it a
You
watch.
would
Yeah.
love Psychopath. It's kind of like I love the way that Ravi first described it in the podcast. I can't remember what episode it was, but you described it as like Sherlock versus
It's
Moriarty.
definitely Sherlock versus Moriarty.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it draws so many things from that.
I mean, I'm not very well versed in Sherlock Holmes in
I
any way, shape, or
fucking
form,
live-
but like
I've only seen a few
I know enough to draw the comparison.
Yeah, I've only seen a few episodes of that, but you know, Sherlock.
Oh, so
Great if it's kind of like that
movies.
kind of sort of thing, then yeah. That'll be right up my end.
So what about you, Ravi?
Not in that way, by the way. Like, sounded a bit.
Well, there is a
We can cut that bit out, sure.
male, adversarial relationship in Psychopaths. Maybe that is right up your alley. Yeah, I haven't really seen enough mecha, and like especially like old school mecha, like I know one
Evangelion,
like giant
that kind of
robot,
thing.
like giant
Evangelion,
robot
no.
kind of mecha.
I mean, like, you know, that kind of style.
No, I mean like
I didn't like
80s.
Evangelion until the end, and I just didn't get it. I really didn't have a fucking clue what was going on at the
Nobody
end.
fucking does, even the creator.
No idea at all.
I mean, you could
But
try
it was,
watching
you know, overall it was a
End
good
of
series,
Evangelion.
but it was just, you know, repetitive. You know, you fight a boss, you know, you getting your fucking mecha thing, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
I'm happy to say I've never fucking seen it, so...
Yeah.
Good
I mean,
for
to be honest, it's not bad, really. You know, like, the intro and all that's, you know...
It's kind of like one of them,
fairly
it's
good,
not bad, I just don't quite get the appeal.
It's just
Yeah.
very like
The-
pseudo psychology.
If you just want to watch something just for the sake of it, and you're not really asked about, you know, closure for the ending or
I was
anything,
gonna
then
say,
yeah, Evangelion.
whoa, that's the exact opposite. Like a show like that, from what I've heard, I'd want to watch that for every single second that it's got, just to try and get it.
From what I could gather from it, and oh God.
You could try.
I better watch
watching
my words
Trigun
here, but
again.
like,
Yeah, I could try watching Trigun again. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you could
definitely
get a
the
lot
worst.
more out of that.
It's from what you said then, like that one show you've not gotten into that you wish you'd seen more of, Mecha. I can't really.
See, I tried FDS. No, not FDS. SDF Macross. Super Dimensional
I've
Fortress
heard
Macross.
many good things
And
about it.
it was fucking great. Like I watched 20 episodes of it, and I loved it on a recommendation. But like it has like 37-ish episodes or something.
That's a lot of times with
Yeah.
series.
Not like I don't know. I just like kind of stopped it at once.
You know, it's
Yeah.
it's about standards really for anime, isn't it? Really.
Well, I mean, for someone like me who like right now, I can't really get into many shows, so
yeah.
like, as I said to you earlier,
Yeah,
it's kind of like, you know, if it's 12 episodes and I could like, it's got a really quick, fast appeal to the first episode, I can jump right into it and like marathon.
It's so hard to do that though. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
the likes of Angel Beats did it very well. You know, they were just straight to the point. You know, this is what's happening.
That was
Lots
just
of
me, just like, oh,
emotion,
you know, oh, I'm not quite in the mood to watch it right now, kind of thing.
Yeah,
but like, I'm sure I'll get into that in the next podcast when
Yeah.
Cassie arrives on Saturday.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mecha. I'm going to dip my feet into Gundam once this little holiday's over. So I mean, maybe once that's done with, I could possibly recommend like a Gundam series. Like Matt has tutored me well on that one. For anybody who might not know who Matt is, look in the comment section. He's the guy asking for a Gundam review.
He's also the one who recommended Macross to me.
Yeah. Did he recommend Gunbuster to you as well?
Okay.
Alright, cool. Right, one more question. We'll wrap this up and then we'll go back to drinking.
That'll be great if we have. I don't think we have another question, do we? Should we?
I thought you got one for us.
Who was your waifu?
Oh dear God! Fuck! I never thought about that.
After this meeting, maybe Dave.
That's genuinely a tough one for me. Like, I when I hear waifu, I just think like favorite female character, and for a while it was Lara Bodovig from Infinite Stratos. But I don't know if anybody's been watching, as in the listeners. I don't think anybody in this room's been watching it. But Seraph of the End, yeah, Shona. Yeah, she is fucking fantastic. The smokest motherfucker you've ever seen on the planet.
Yeah,
Shona.
Oh, I'm still behind on that. Damn.
We can watch it.
Yeah,
We have the
will.
technology, Ravi.
Yes, we do.
We can do it.
We can light the fire and I don't know, watch it on the big screen or something.
I wish we could, but my VGA cable won't stretch from the fucking TV to my computer. So if anything, we'll have to watch on this. But yeah, Shona, I guess. I like Ravi from the Scarlet Ammo. She was pretty cool.
Makise Kurusu from Steins Gate. Always and forever.
Yeah, yeah, Makiso was pretty cool. I did like her.
I'll probably say because the only competition I'd really have is just with a bunch of kids, but Sakura from Naruto.
I claim her as my own. Come at me, 13-year-olds.
Don't literally do it though.
No, please don't. My shins are brittle. Please don't kick them. Right then, I think that's like 54 minutes now. I can't imagine I'll be cutting.
I think that's a pretty lengthy podcast, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, is this kind of standards? Is it? Yeah. Like I haven't been on a podcast. It's like one of the first ones or something.
You've never been on a podcast. You were on the.
I mean, I was on one. Like,
this is your debut on Anime Abroad.
Woo! Hey guys.
You'll never be back.
We'll invite Stu on tomorrow at some point.
And I guess that'll be me signing off forever then.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Anime Abroad podcast. I've been joined by Ravi.
Hey.
Niall's been here.
I'm so sorry about this.
And Steve's leaving forever.
Bye.
And I'm Dave, and we'll see you on the next episode of the Anime Abroad podcast. Take care. Keep that in.
That's an immediate picked up on the